Hi, it's Tom here. Thanks for watching this video. So this video is just going to take a little bit of a step back and talk about some of the automated revenue streams that go back to the STN5 token holders. Now, this is just talking about some of the hard-coded automated revenue streams. So taking a step back, Smart Trade Networks has been spending a number of years actually building out the infrastructure for all of this to be possible. Okay, so this is 3-4 years of a lot of work. Now think about, let's just use this very simple analogy. If you're going to go and build out a new country or a new town or a new city, the first thing you need to do is build the roads and the bridges, and then you can start putting in the electricity and the utilities, drainage, all that. So that's what we've been doing for the last 3 years. And now we're getting to the exciting bit where you can then, once you've built the roads and the bridges and the infrastructure, you can then go ahead and build a shopping mall, or you could build some office space. So you probably need some office space first. So you could think of this project here, or this revenue stream and this product here, as a office space where you can do admin work to build out new infrastructure. So every project that gets launched on top of the Smart Trade Networks infrastructure will have a Multisig account, okay? And we've been rattling on about these Multisig accounts for some time, and it's actually been an in-house tool that we've been using. So it's not sexy, it's not super designed up or anything like the Credential Marketplace, but it will be. And we've been using it since probably about 2017 to manage ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum network. Now, including the Smart Trade Networks token. So this is actually the Multisig for the Smart Trade Networks token that shows 20,000 supply. Pretty cool for this project. And then this is all the Multisig info. You can think of the Multisig as like the digital room where the board of directors for that project are actually making important decisions about moving money to different places, or moving bits of value, or moving a little bit of a piece of the pie of that project to a new person coming into the project to do some work, whatever it might be. The automated revenue stream for the STN5 token holders is whatever value is being traded there, 0.3% of it goes back to the STN5 token holders, okay? As an STN5 token holder, I get 0.3% of all value traded on Smart Trade Networks. So think of STN5 as an infrastructure, very core infrastructure token. It's not a network payment token, that's separate. This is a very core infrastructure token, okay? So say for instance, we have a project coming along soon where they'll be raising money to purchase Teslas. When that Tesla purchase happens, there'll be a fee, 0.3%, which is $210, instantly gets immediately sent to the STN5 token holders. Or say for instance that project decides to go and create more tokens for that project, 0.3 of those tokens gets sent to the STN5 token holders. Or that token, that project brings on a bunch of money and then needs to go and pay for developers or marketers or admin staff to go and do certain bits of work for that project. 0.3% of that payment will go to the STN5 token holders. So you can think of that as like, it's really basically, being an STN5 token holder is really, in this context, with this product or with this bit of infrastructure that makes all the other Smart Trade Networks projects possible, it's like being an office landlord, okay, and charging rent and getting a piece of the pie of all the value that sits on top of that in that office. That's what's going on there. Now, you can move over to the Smart Trade Networks Credential Marketplace. You could think of this as a shopping mall. Okay, so once you've built the shopping mall, then all the retail shops can come there, except in this case, it's not just retail, it's also wholesale. So we've been spending a number of years building out this infrastructure to be able to make this possible. And say, for instance, there's a company that needs to go and buy, offset their carbon. It might be $2 million of carbon certificates they need to purchase. Now, they're not just going to go and blindly, they're spending $2 million. They're not going to go and blindly just give $2 million to a company and blindly trust them that they've gone and put carbon in the ground. That's why it's credentialed. They should be able to go through and click through the Smart Trade Networks asset tracker, which is something you've already seen, and actually see the actual carbon, the proof that the actual carbon was actually put in the ground, especially if someone's spending $2 million. 0.3% of that revenue stream too, 0.3% of that goes back to the STN5 token holders, okay, instantly, as a micropayment. And you can imagine that that's happening all the time. So I just wanted to finish up by saying, well, Smart Trade Networks has a number of deals in the pipeline. We are primarily and really only focused in the big infrastructure projects, which is why we have a big focus on supply chain finance and cross-border transactions. So all the transactions happening in big shipping containers, through the shipping lanes, through the ports, all the mining infrastructure deals, all that value. And the STN5 token is a way to get access to 0.3% of the value being traded across all of those deals.